was its capability to fire nuclear projectiles, but not only that, biological projectiles as well. So why do we need tracks on self-propelled artillery? What's the idea behind why can't it just be on a truck or similar, or just towed like before? I will answer the question then, Phil. The whole point of having a nice track vehicle like this to get the guns forward quickly over the same terrain that your tanks and armoured vehicles can. The idea starts in Britain in the interwar period. Even in the First World War, we've done a version of a Mark I tank we call a gun carrier. Let the guns be taken forward on a tracked chassis where the tanks have got to. So you can offload the gun in the original or fire it from that tracked platform. In this era, looking post-World War II, already World War II, we've done vehicles like the Priest, in the Americans, in Britain, or rather in Canada, they do the Sexton with our 25-pounder gun. And then after World War II, pretty much every country has a version of self-propelled artillery. Americans obviously sell a lot or gift a lot to their other NATO countries around the world. In Britain, we just can't get enough self-propelled artillery. Again, the number of batteries that we have in service compared to the slippery top surface. If all the mud gets between the rubber pads there, you can slide this vehicle as we were seeing. So one of the key issues about the driver, he's got to read the surface and the landscape ahead. If he makes a mistake, quite often it's the commander who's blamed, because the commander is higher up and should be reading what's coming, letting the driver know if there's a dip in the ground or any risk. If you go down a steep slope with a flat area at the bottom, you are not supposed to bury that barrel or hit it in any way, because that could damage its fixing points, the trunnions inside the turreted area there. So again, that's all part of driver training. Read the landscape, look at the ground conditions, do not get this vehicle stuck. This unit weighs 46 tons, so it has to have quite a considerable engine to power it, and it is in fact an American Cummins diesel engine, 15-litre V8. The armour is steel, all welded, 17mm thick. So with vehicles like that, if you just imagine 17mm, it will stop most small arms, in other words bullets, some shrapnel, but it's not designed to take a hit from another armoured vehicle. Now you can see there it's taken away the barrel lock. That keeps the barrel safe and secure. They're now actually going to deploy and show you how that barrel, how high it can go, because obviously in the back, before the gun fires, under orders, they are computing the range, the angle of the barrel, the wind direction, all the metrics that need to go in so that that shell lands, 155mm wide shell, high explosive, lands on target. And I think once they get firing, 2 rounds a minute is a good rate of fire. You can do quicker burst fires as well, can't you, if you really have to get going and then move off quickly. Yes, correct. And important these days, given the technology that's available to countries. Some of this technology can track
the flight of projectiles, believe it or not, and work out where they came from. So this unit, if it was going to fire now, wouldn't hang around, as the Americans would say, shoot and scoot.
And that, again, Royal Artillery, best artillery in World War I, fantastic range of different caliber guns, very professional. Royal Artillery is kind of like the leaders in so many of those fields. They were using radar in the Second World War, suddenly realised there was things appearing on the radar, and it was mortar bombs, and they could see it twice. So if you actually do the calculations of where that flight time, where the angle of approach, where the angle of it, where it's coming down, you can work out where a round is fired from. So what we have is counter battery. If someone fires at our guys, we can work out very quickly where that fire has come from. The AS-90s are deployed, and within moments a range of ammunition can drop on the target. These guys can fire the rounds so quickly, there's more than one round in the air as it's heading towards the target. And as you can imagine, the size of shell, they can show you that after the demonstration, the blast effect is enormous. So you really do not want to be around when a 155 artillery shell is coming towards you.
Yes, this barrel is a 39 caliber barrel, what we call 39 calibers. This is the relationship of the muzzle bore to the barrel length, and there was a 52 caliber barrel available. This was known as AS-90 Braveheart, and would give you actually a further range. So we would be talking about almost up to 30 miles range, which is even by today's modern standards quite phenomenal.
And basically the size of the charge that they put